Do you think that strategy, delivering that message, was effective, or do you think that there should have been other efforts taken by you or other people in the White House to push back on this story about the president's health or fitness?
Here's what I say. I would say that this is a president where the American people, reporters, whoever was following him, got to see him on a regular basis. This is someone who talked to reporters, in an informal way, taking shouted questions, inquiries from them over 670 times. So he did that pretty regularly. People got to see him multiple times a week. And that reaches a level of, hey, you guys get to see and speak to him, and he takes your question and he's out there.
Then why did this question keep coming up?
That's something for, I think, reporters to speak to. It was a question that came up. We tried to do our best to answer it. The president was out there. People got to see him. People got to hear directly from him pretty regularly. I can't speak to that. I'm not going to speak to a hypothetical that I can't even answer.
Did the frequency of this question increase as from January 20th, 2021 to the end of Joe Biden's term?
I think it was something that was a part of being in the administration. It came up. I can't speak to the frequency, but it was one of the topics that came up often.
It didn't increase after his debate with President Trump.
I mean, you all watch my press briefings, right? So that was a topic certainly after the debate. But again, that my observation has always been, when it comes to this President Biden, that he was more than competent of doing the job each and every day, day in and day out. And I got to see that on a regular basis. That was my observation.
And I hear what you're saying. I'm less interested in what you have to say about whether you believe the president was capable of doing the job. My question is, did you ever see a change in the president's ability to do the job?
We started off part of your questioning about when I first met him in 2009. I think that he's aged. I've aged. Presidents age in these jobs. It is very common. Obviously, he got older. I spoke to that at the podium. He spoke to that about how he's aged. But when it comes to competency, when it comes to being able to do the job, he was more than capable of doing that. Did he age? We all do. Yes, he did.
And I understand that we all age. We're aging just sitting in this room right now, but
every second.
Every second. But
feels like it.
My question is, did you see a change from in his competency? You brought the word competency from 2021 to 2025.
I did not see a change in his competency from 2021 to the end of his administration, if that's what you're asking me.
So
if I have that correct.
Yes, ma'am. So let's expand the scope even further. You've known Joe Biden, interacted with Joe Biden since on a semi-regular basis since 2009. Is it your testimony here today that Joe Biden's competency is the same from 2009 to today?
What I will say is, when I served with him in the 4 years of this administration, he was more than competent to do the job. This is someone who woke up every morning focused on the American people and delivering for the American people. And that's what I saw. I saw someone who cared and did that in a very focused way. And that's why I was honored and privileged to have worked in this administration.
And I understand that you believe that he was competent the entirety of his term. I'm asking you, did you see a change from 2009 to 2025 in Joe Biden's competency?
No, I did not. This is someone who, if you're in a room with him, when I was in a room with him, during the administration, when I came in to talk to him about whatever issue that he wanted to know about, this is someone who had a conversation with me back and forth, who was very engaged, who was very aware of what was happening in the press, sometimes more aware than I was. And we would have that discussion. And that was my exchange. And that was what I experienced in the 4 years that I worked for this president.
Do you